Her name is Charlie, and she currently runs the largest fashion company in America. The media is interested in her because people want to know about her love life, especially after she split from her husband 2 years ago. Since her husband died, Charlie has tried dating a few times, but all of those relationships didn't work out. The media is always trying to find out who her new boyfriend is, but Charlie is keeping quiet. She says she wants to focus on her growing business for now. After a media interview, Charlie gets a phone call from her friend and business partner, Laura. During the call, Laura talks about the company's fashion designer, a man named Godfrey, and highlights that he has a lot of promise. But Charlie, who owns most of the company, thinks differently and feels that Godfrey is not a good designer. When Charlie gets back to the office, she finds out that Godfrey came into her office without asking and used her computer. This makes Charlie really mad, and she quickly fires him. This makes Laura very angry because she is upset that Charlie made that choice without asking her. Over the last year, Charlie has often made decisions on his own, and Laura feels like she's being left out more and more. At a company meeting, Charlie announces the launch date of a new product line without talking to the team about it first. This causes a big fight between her and Laura. Tired of Charlie's actions, Laura calls her selfish and says she doesn't care about working together. A few days later, Charlie gets a strange package with a doll and a scary letter. Charlie doesn't think the threat is serious, but Laura is worried and thinks they should tell the board of directors. Laura is concerned about Charlie's safety, so she suggests getting a bodyguard. Charlie doesn't want to do it because he doesn't want to feel scared or limited. Laura is trying to convince her by saying that the bodyguard would only be for a short time, until the police can fix the problem. The next day, just as Charlie is getting ready to go to work, he notices a man who looks really suspicious. Johnny says who he is and explains that Laura hired him to keep Charlie safe. Charlie hesitantly agrees to let Johnny try for just 2 days. Johnny says he should have talked to Charlie before beginning the job. Charlie asks Johnny to join him but makes it clear that Johnny should sit in the front seat because he is not his driver. On the way, Charlie asks Johnny if he would be the kind of bodyguard who would take a bullet for the person he protects. Johnny understands that this is a test. He talks about how he is dedicated to his work and makes sure to do his job carefully and seriously. A little while later, they reach a hospital. Charlie tells Johnny to stay in the car and not come inside. But Johnny, wanting to make sure Charlie is safe, goes after him and sees Charlie talking to a doctor about how much it costs to treat a young kid with cancer. When Charlie leaves, Johnny starts to think that Charlie might be sick. He says he followed him because he didn't want Laura or the board to blame him if something happened to Charlie. Johnny says that he feels uncomfortable around sick women because his mother died from leukemia, in addition to wanting to help. He wants Charlie to talk to him about his sickness, but Charlie just smiles and says he's fine and doesn't want to say anything about his time at the hospital. Johnny does his job as a bodyguard well and stays out of Charlie's personal life. The next day at work, Charlie spills his coffee by mistake and gets Johnny's clothes wet. Charlie, wondering about the scar on Johnny's leg, begins to look into his background. She finds out that Johnny used to be in the Navy and helped save 3 women during a bomb blast. Charlie remembers that the scar on his leg came from that event. A little while later, Charlie gets an odd phone call from a mysterious man who says he will kill her. After looking into it, we found out that the call came from someone acting suspiciously. After the event, Johnny thinks they should tell the police so they can look at the security camera videos. Laura, concerned for Charlie's safety, suggests she stay home and take it easy for a few days. She also asks Johnny to be with Charlie and keep her safe. On their way back, Johnny asks Charlie if she thinks any of the workers might be upset with her. At first, Johnny thinks Godfrey, a designer who was recently fired, might be guilty. But Charlie disagrees, saying that Godfrey would never do something like that. Johnny starts to think that Charlie's ex-husband could be involved, but she tells him that their divorce was completely friendly. During the talk, Johnny talks about Charlie's love life and thinks she might be scared to start a new relationship because she's hurt from her previous marriage. This comment upsets Charlie, and she tells Johnny to stop the car. To show she's not scared of love, Charlie suddenly kisses Johnny, but he doesn't kiss her back with affection. He says in a mean way that she is just trying to change the subject from the real problem. His words made Charlie even more upset. Johnny quickly says sorry and explains that he didn't mean to make her upset. Right then, the strange man who has been following Charlie tries to hit her with a car, but Johnny saves her just in time. When they get home, Johnny chooses to stay the night and watch over Charlie. In another part of the story, we find out that Lara caused the car crash. She told Godfrey to run over Charlie that night. Godfrey says he lost because Johnny helped Charlie and even shot at his car. Godfrey, who isn't a bad person at heart, chooses that he doesn't want to be involved in Lara's plans anymore. He doesn't want to run away from the law. But Lara saw this coming, so she shoots him with a gun just like Johnny's, hoping to make it look like Johnny did it if the police look into it. The next day, when Charlie and Johnny get to the company, Lara looks worried and tells them that Godfrey has been killed. They watch the news about Godfrey's death on TV. Suddenly, Charlie remembers a car that almost hit him the night before when he was going home. A little while later, police officers come to Charlie's workplace to look into Godfrey's murder. With a search warrant, they take Johnny's gun and get ready to ask Johnny and Charlie questions about what happened. During the questioning, the police try to find out where they were on the night of the crime. Charlie and Johnny both say they were at Charlie's house that night, but sadly, there are no witnesses to prove they are telling the truth. The police think that the bullet that hit Godfrey's car was probably shot from Johnny's gun, based on what they found at the crime scene. Johnny says he didn't do it, but the police suggest an even scarier idea. Maybe Charlie is the one who told someone to kill Godfrey. When Johnny sees that the police aren't listening to what they said, he decides to escape. He attacks the officers and pulls Charlie out of the building with him. Charlie wants to show he's innocent in a legal way, but Johnny is worried they can't do it. He thinks someone is trying to set them up. At the same time, Lara, mad about Charlie getting away, tells the press in an interview that Charlie was the one who got Godfrey fired from the company. What she said makes Johnny doubt Lara because he didn't expect her to act that way, especially since they used to be good friends and work together. Since they are being chased as the main suspects, Johnny decides to create a plan to find out the truth. But first, they need a safe place to stay. Luckily, Johnny has a friend named Vargas who used to be in the Navy. Now, Vargas works as a bodyguard. When they get to Vargas' house, he first says no to helping them because he knows about their connection to the murder case. Johnny tries to make him like him again by remembering the nice things he used to do for him, but he doesn't get a reply. In the end, Charlie gives a lot of money. That night, Vargas gets a call from someone he owes money to, asking for payment. At the same time, he sees Lara on the news and quickly decides to team up with her to earn more money. In a meeting with Lara, Vargas asks for $200,000 to tell her where Charlie is. But Lara wants more than just the information. She makes a requirement. If Vargas wants to get that money, he has to get rid of both Johnny and Charlie. Unaware of Vargas' bad intentions, Johnny and Charlie spend the night together. The next morning, Johnny goes to find help from another old friend, but this makes Charlie worried. He starts to be concerned that Johnny could be keeping a secret. While they are having a loud fight, Vargas gets ready to hit. Luckily, Johnny sees it just in time and stops him from firing the gun. He asks Charlie to prepare the car for their getaway while he confronts Vargas. When Johnny and Charlie find out that Vargas is looking for them, they start to worry and think that Lara might have hired Vargas. As they run away, Charlie knows that Vargas is chasing them, but he doesn't tell Johnny. When Vargas goes into the house, he leaves Johnny by himself to secretly tape what happens with Vargas. When Vargas gets there, Charlie tries to surprise him from behind, but Vargas figures out what he's trying to do. At that moment, Charlie tries to pay him extra money to get him to share information about his work with Lara. Their talk is also recorded. After an angry argument, Vargas is able to take down and catch Charlie. But just as Vargas is about to shoot, Charlie tells him that the house really belongs to Lara. Soon after, Lara gets to the house. Worried that the place might turn into a crime scene, she tells Vargas to take them to an open field. Before they go, Lara tells them why she is doing this. She admits that in the past year, she has felt ignored as one of the company's co-founders. Since she couldn't get rid of Charlie, who owns 51% of the company's shares, she chose to take him out instead. While Johnny and Charlie are digging graves for themselves, Charlie says sorry to Johnny and shares that he had a plan to trick Lara. He admits that he recorded his talk with Vargas to give to the police as proof. Right before the police get there, Charlie plays the recording loud enough for Lara to listen. He and Lara fight over the gun, and soon after, the police come and take her away. Police later found out that the bullet in Godfrey's body didn't come from Johnny's gun. Also, Charlie's audio recording is shown as proof, and in the end, Lara is arrested for her different crimes. After Lara is named a suspect, Charlie finds out that the company's board wants to take Johnny out of his job as personal bodyguard. Instead of being sad, Charlie is really happy because he can hire Johnny himself and keep dating him at the same time. The movie ends here. Please, my family, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.